We've just got back from our holiday in Cuba, and this vlog is our day trip to Havana.
Here we go. Bye bye, Barade. The island of Cuba. Take a look over here.
Yeah.
A shortcut for the boats to go across the canal instead of sailing around the peninsula. More than 20 kilometers long peninsula. So here, only 5 kilometers through the canal.
Yeah. Big boats down there.
So the driver very politely is slowing down for you to take your pictures. You got drink along the white road. It's supposed to be white. It is a very nice, very tasty milkshake. Very nice milkshake. Pineapple, coconut. Pineapple coconut milkshake, known as piña colada. Eh? Take a look to the left, the little fisherman town. Before 1990, it was a very little fisherman town, like this big. Take a look to the left. By the end, by the mouth of the river Camarioca. Since 1990, thanks to the very kind tips these families they receive at the hotels, they have been able to improve their houses, to improve their way of life. Brand new houses were put up over here during the last 32 years, thanks to the tourism from Panama. This is the most powerful river in the city of Matanzas, Canima River. Canima River Bridge, some 35 meters height, since 1951, making part of this touristic road. On the other side, to the left, a nautical base for those intended to go for a ride on the speedboats. Booking for the Jeep Safari, booking for the Jeep Tour, you will go for a ride on the other side, on the speedboats. Will be enforced, therefore, no elevators available. Stairs instead. 14 floors. That's the highest one in the city of Matanzas. Now, sweeping on the left in front of us, there will be a big sign to show you the name of the city, Matanzas. In front, so in front of us, sweeping on the left. Matanzas City. Take a look here. Matanzas City, the Cuban flag, as well as the picture of Fidel Castro, the historical leader of the Cuban Revolution, bringing about the triumph by January the 1st, 1959. Okay? It's like the thieves.
Yeah, I've read about that.
By the beginning of the 20th century, the Castro siblings, Raúl Fidel Castro, they were refusing to the wealth of the family to do their best for the minorities in Cuba, for the poor people in Cuba. Therefore, the rest of the family was very upset. Some of them, they are today in Miami, in Florida, complaining so much because the Castro siblings over here, they were refusing to the wealth of the family. 56. From December 1956 through January the 1st, 1959, they were always fighting together in order to bring about the triumph of the Cuban Revolution by January the 1st, 1959. Now, we are driving through the city of Matanzas, always around the big bay. Take a look. Matanzas City is a sort of amphitheater all around the bay. to go to Havana. See the towers, see the industries on top of the hill? That's the way we go. That's the way we go to Havana. Up the hill, across the water. The only deep waters harbor in the Cuban territory. The only place for the tankers in Cuba. Who were the leaders of the Cuban Revolution by late 19th century? Take a look to the left, sweep it on the left. Perhaps far away you will find a blue and white building. Look at the symbols in front of the building. Blue and white building, sweep it on the left. See the symbols in front of the building? Freemasons. The Freemasons, they were the leaders of the Cuban Revolution by 1868. American Revolution, French Revolution, South American Revolutions, Cuban Revolution, led by the Freemasons fraternity. Some of the white landowners in Cuba. They were so restricted by the Spanish regulations, therefore they decided to keep the freedom. The white landowners, they gave the freedom to their own African slaves. Black and white people together, they were fighting for the first time in Cuba against the Spanish power. On behalf of this time, the very beginning of the Cuban Revolution, it was created later on a cocktail, a drink. Which one? Sorry. So this is the... century. The city was totally improved. Take a look to the left. The big building in yellow. In front of us to the left, the big building in yellow. Since 1863. Saltos Theater, Saltos Opera House. Still considered to have the third best acoustic from all around the world. Since 1863. The city was founded by late 17th, but it was totally improved by the 19th century. Slavery, smuggling, sugarcane producing so much money here in the city of Matanzas by the 19th century. The city was totally improved at that time. A lot of institutions, a lot of churches, a lot of theaters, schools were created. This is, by the way, the very first iron bridge in Cuba, La Concordia Bridge. This is it. La Concordia Bridge, 1878. Since 1878, the very first iron bridge in Cuba. After the iron bridge, we are arriving to the former French settlement in the city of Matanzas. On top of the hill in front of us, sweeping on the left, look at that, San Carlos de la Cabaña Fortress, the largest fortification ever built in the Caribbean islands, 18th century, after the English occupation of Havana, this area. Saratoga Hotel, celebrities staying at the Saratoga Hotel, Beyoncé, Jay-Z, John Travolta, Kardashians, Madonna, as well as the royalty from Morocco. Take a look to the left. The Saratoga Hotel was blown a few months ago. They were not operating, they were not working during COVID. After COVID, they were supplying gas. Take a look here in front of us. Former Chinatown, Havana. There are people made out of immigrants. The largest number of immigrants, they were the African slaves. Number 2, the conqueror. Very nice architecture. There was no limit in between porches to let the pedestrians walking in the shade all day long. So no limit in between porches to let the pedestrians walking in the shade all day long. Adelante Century. It's a very nice church coming up on the left. Cameras ready. Cameras ready. We can take very nice pictures on the left. Sagrado Corazón de Jesús, a big church located in this area, visited by the actual Catholic Pope Francisco when coming to Cuba for the first time. Así, vamos allá adelante, hermano. Aquí delante de la entrada de la iglesia. Look at the entrance of the church. Free bed, free meal, police station.
So here on the left is the police station, and just after this we parked up the bus and we went for a tour around the old Havana, which was full of beautiful churches and lovely buildings, very interesting, and big squares. So we had a good look round, and you'll see some of the old cars as we have a look round.
National drink. So when the people they go for the drink, the people they go for it, they will be able to.
Fotografía de
That can't be too long. Gorgeous.
England church is all over stones.
Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So this building had been painted onto an old style drawings from years and years ago, and it was an exact replica to the house opposite it. Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yes, some paints. Some paints from Guayana. Okay, group, your attention. Those able to do some Spanish, represent here on top.
now heading to our lunch venue, and we saw a terrible fire on the left hand side, which could have been a lot nastier because it had to go through a big tunnel. So this is where we had our lunch, which was very good, very basic, but it was still tasty. And then you can see lots of cannons here, and each evening at 9 o'clock the cannons go off. It's a tradition for the city of Havana. Yeah. So we went up to the fortress afterwards, and in here there was a cigar room that we could go and purchase cigars and also different rums, and this was built to stop, I think it was the English, from many years ago. It was so thick, it was a huge place, and as you can see, lots and lots of different cigars, and there's some very big ones, very skinny ones. And on the way back to the bus we stopped and had some sugar cane, which is very tasty, before starting on our tour again.
For the leaders of the Cuban Revolution by late 19th century. Carlos III Avenue, Charles III, an avenue from the 20th century. Cameras ready, you can take pictures. The picture of Che Guevara will be on the left. Dale, seguimos suavecito por ahí para allá, pero dándole ángulo, ahora de la derecha. Will never give up. To the right, Jose Marti. Jose Marti, the leader of the killer guy in the hat, to the left.
So we stopped here because there's some really old cars for us to have a look at. We were going to have a ride, but we didn't get in time for this one. And then we went into Havana itself and had a tasty mojito. There'll be another couple of episodes of Havana coming up in the near future.
Hi, Mexi the Boat Dog here. I just want to say a big thank you from all the crew on Never Too Late for everybody that subscribes and keeps watching our vlogs. Don't forget you can comment too. Thanks ever so much. Bye!